Today we're going to be looking at a bit of a special place, the most polluted island in the world, and here's the kicker: this island doesn't have a permanent human population, and is also considered one of the most remote islands on Earth. So today, we'll be delving into the history of Henderson Island. Henderson Island was first settled by the Polynesians in the 9th century, though by the time of the European arrival in the 17th century, the island had been fully abandoned. While the reason isn't fully known as to the reason for the abandonment, it is expected that the 11th century civil war on Maganeva prevented regular supplies to the outlying Polynesian colonies, and they left due to the need for survival. The first European to spot the island would be Portuguese captain Pedro Fernandes de Queiroz in 1606, who was on an expedition to find the fabled southern land of Australia. You know, standards for fabled lands really went downhill fast, didn't it? First it was Atlantis, and it was the Fountain in Youth, and now Australia. It would be another 200 years before Europeans took note of the island again, when Englishman Captain Henry Keane landed on March the 18th of 1819. Henry Keane would name the island Henderson after his ship, and he would plant the English Keane's colors. On November the 20th of 1820, a sperm whale sank the American whaling ship Essex off the coast of the island, stranding 20 men on Henderson. Due to limited supplies, 17 of the 20 men would go off in small whaling boats to South America, leaving behind Tom LaChapelle, Seth Weeks, and William Wright to survive on the island until their eventual rescue in April the following year. The tale of the Essex sinking and the survival of these 3 men would inspire novelist Herman Melville to write the novel Moby Dick. Now, after the 3 survivors left in 1821, no one would return to Henderson Island until 1902, when Captain J.F. Jones came across the island and went, "Hey, this is British now," formally annexing the islands into the British Empire. A few Americans would attempt to use the land either as a publicity stunt or try to build a mansion on the island, but ultimately, the local ecosystem has been largely untouched by human hands. Well, that is, except for this. Henderson Island holds the title for the most polluted island on Earth, and it's shocking to think about, considering that it hasn't had an established human presence for hundreds of years. Yet, plastic will always find a way. The island is located right within the South Pacific gyre pattern of ocean currents on Earth. So even though Henderson was designated as a UNESCO site in 1988, it's estimated that roughly 18 tons worth of debris is on the island, with hundreds of items washing ashore every single day. The UK government did send an expedition in 2019 to clean up the island as much as they could, but weather conditions only allowed 6 tons to be removed at the time, with further expeditions being delayed due to COVID. It came into the news recently when researchers on the HMS Spray discovered that the island had been incorrectly marked for the last 85 years, being just a mile off from their original charts. But regardless, Henderson Island shows that even an area that doesn't have a permanent population is affected by our actions, and why it is important to realize that your actions, no matter how small, ultimately do have an impact. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It costs you nothing, and I wish you all the best.